Attorney General Ken Paxton has secured a massive settlement against Google for violating Texas's data privacy laws. This is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Well, thanks for spending part of your Tuesday with the Texas Minute. 9 Republicans voted with Democrats yesterday to create a guest worker program for Mexican nationals. More on that story coming up. A pro-LGBT organization lists multiple taxpayer-funded entities in Houston as sponsors of its annual Pride Parade. The list includes the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, Harris County Precinct 1's Constable, and Houston Metro. Both Governor Greg Abbott and President Donald Trump have issued executive orders rejecting gender ideology and prohibiting taxpayer funding of such events. In a statement to Texas Scorecard, an MD Anderson spokesman said that no state-appropriated funds are being used for their sponsorship. A measure strengthening the state's protections for justified use of force in self-defense situations passed out of the Senate yesterday with a bipartisan supermajority. The legislation would prevent a claimant from recovering civil damages for personal injury or death if a grand jury had declined to pursue, if the case had been thrown out, or if a defendant had been acquitted of criminal charges. In addition, if the claimant is found to be prohibited from seeking civil action, the proposal would require them to pay court costs and the defendant's attorney's fees. Texas is a castle doctrine state, meaning individuals are permitted to use force or even deadly force in order to defend themselves on their own property. But as the legislation's author, Republican Bob Hall of Edgewood, explained, the current system creates a substantial financial and emotional burden for defendants who are faced with lawsuits after having already been cleared of criminal charges. Before we take a quick break, here's an update to a story we've been following. A controversial Democrat proposal to create a Texas-run guest worker program for Mexican laborers failed to pass the Texas House yesterday evening after sharp criticism from conservative lawmakers and near-unanimous Republican opposition. One of those members speaking out forcefully against it was Republican State Representative Mike Alcott of Weatherford.
I have to admit, I'm in shock. While we have really good immigration bills stalled in committees, like a really good E-Verify bill, 287G, which is going to require local law enforcement to work with the Trump administration to help them with deportations. The first bill that comes to our House addressing this is a bill to bring in even more immigration.
In all, 9 Republicans voted with Democrats in trying to create the program. They include Drew Darby, Charlie Guerin, Ryan Guillen, Ken King, Stan Lambert, Janie Lopez, John Lujan, Candy Noble, and Denise Villalobos. The rest of the Republican caucus voted against it. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Are you worried about your kid's future? You should be. I'm Charles Blaine with Texas Tomorrow. This is a show where we're going to talk about the issues and the people that are pushing the policies that concern your family, your home, and your kids. Catch Texas Tomorrow every Thursday.
Marking the largest ever state-level recovery against Google for violations of data privacy laws, Attorney General Ken Paxton has secured a $1.375 billion settlement with the tech giant. For context, a coalition of 40 states previously secured a combination of $391 million settlement, almost $1 billion less than this Texas recovery. Back in 2022, Paxton's office sued Google, alleging that the company unlawfully tracked and collected Texans' private data. Among other things, Paxton's case against Google included allegations that the company was tracking users' geolocation even when location features were disabled and collecting biometric data without proper consent. Attorney General Paxton described the settlement as a, quote, major win for Texans' privacy, and he emphasized that big tech, quote, is not above the law. A Google spokesman told Texas Scorecard that the agreement resolves, quote, a raft of old claims related to product policies that have already been revised. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. If you enjoyed the Texas Minute, please give us a rating on your podcast app. This edition was based on the original reporting of Joseph Trimmer, Luca Cacciatore, Brandon Waltons, and Sidney Henry. Nick Shepard got the show produced and delivered to your ears. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.